and I represent Enugu North and South Federal Constituency from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Industrial Property Commission of Nigeria, repeal the Trademarks Act, Cap C13, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and Patents and Design Act, Cap P2LFN 2004, and make comprehensive provisions for the registration and protection of trademarks, patents and designs, plant varieties, annual breeding, and farmers' rights, and for other related matters, be read the second time. And so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the bill before us today is one of utmost national importance. It is a bill that best reflects how we see ourselves as a nation, either as a nation that is ready to become industrialized or one that will continue to export raw materials. We all know that the current economic malaise is because of our failure as a nation to process the raw materials God has given us. Even at this
Silence, please. Please, members should go back to your seat. Honorable Shehu, please. Bauchi Central, take your seat.
Even at this bad state, Nigeria still has the 26th largest GDP in the world. My fellow honorable members of this noble house, imagine what would happen if we get our act right. Mr. Speaker, we live in a knowledge-based economy where the greatest factor of production is now knowledge. And intellectual property protection legislation provides the only framework for regulating investments and transactions in knowledge. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, Nigeria's Intellectual Property Office is non-examining. What this means is that the office does not have any obligation to verify my patent application, to verify if it's truly novel, as can be found with fellow competing nations like China and India. Honorable colleagues, the result is that our researchers must go abroad to file patents of their invention. And the last time I checked, it cost an average of $10,000 in both legal and statutory fees to file a patent in the USA. This implication is that with more than 150 universities and the thousands of PhD holders and professors, Nigeria is producing little innovation. We are unable to see the contribution of our professors and PhD holders to our national economy. In 2015, honorable colleagues, according to the World Intellectual Property Office, WIPO, according to their database, Nigerians made 60 patent applications. Only one was granted. And in all these 60 applications, all of them were made abroad. The state is unacceptable. We must rise to our stated duty of driving development in this nation through incisive legislative actions. As we speak, honorable colleagues, the Nigerian Patent Office largely remains an administrative office lacking skilled persons and database, and greatly dependent on World Intellectual Property Office for the discharge of its statutory functions. The common reason given for not making our patent office examining is cost. That it is too expensive to man the office. However, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, if this reason was tenable at independence in 1960, it is no longer tenable now. We are losing too much to lack of innovation compared to the cost of running an examining patent office. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, another implication of relying on international organizations to determine what is novel for us here in Nigeria is that our local industry that would normally partner with academic institutions to develop innovation fail to get special treatment as is obtained in nations like India and China. It is my conviction, therefore, that with this law in place, our local industries will be greatly incentivized to invest in research and development. The objectives of these bills are: 1, to create a national body that will be responsible for the management of intellectual property in Nigeria, except for copyrights, which will remain in the Nigeria Copyright Commission, NCC. Then the second one is to reduce administrative costs, allow for synergy, guarantee efficiency, and dispense with bureaucracy. To ensure that our patent office is now examining. Then to bring Nigeria's intellectual property laws in line with international standards. Then the House to house the registrars of trademark, patents, and designs, and plant varieties and animal breeds with the Commission. Then to domicile NIPCOM with the Ministry of Trade and Investment. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, the recent World Competitiveness ranking identifies the lack of adequate frameworks for intellectual property protection and low investments in research and development as one of the major factors limiting Nigeria's capacity for innovation. Honorable colleagues, in 2015, China filed more than 1 million patents, out of which about 968,252 were filed in China. In the same year, Nigeria filed only 60, and none of this was filed in Nigeria. We cannot allow this to continue. We must do the needful to give our researchers, our PhD holders, and our professors the right platform to unleash their geniuses. It will be an honor, not only for myself, but for this 8th Assembly, to ensure the passage of this important legislature. Thank you, honorable members. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is that the bill will be now read a second time. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against it say nay. Ayes have it. Clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Industrial Property Commission of Nigeria, repeal the Trademarks Act, Cap T 13 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and the Patents and Designs Act, Cap P2 LFN 2004, and make comprehensive provisions for the registration and protection of trademarks, patents and designs, plant varieties, annual breeding, and farmers' rights, and for other related matters. Second reading.